that time that Elton John came in. He brought Gianni Versace. They had the respective partners. They were sizes 38, 40, 42, 44, which is all we had in terms of tailoring the shop. And they basically bought everything. And kind of
literally bought everything.
Literally bought everything. Emptied the shop.
Wow.
We didn't have.
How much is that?
That then wasn't an awful lot. I imagine it probably came to about £60,000
Right.
in terms of tailoring. Not much left, but we had other stuff left. But it really cleared us out. And having someone, as respected as Gianni Versace was back then, kind of coming and buying clothes, which he actually, I think his next collection was called Savile Row. So he kind of, we inspired that collection, and
how does that happen? How do they find out about you? How do they decide to come in with such conviction to buy so deeply into your store?
Yeah, because this is obviously probably 95, 96, something like that. So prior to any sort of social media, we would have press in men's magazines, I think, newspapers, things like that. But I think word of mouth that's what we were relying on. That's a great way of building a solid business. Then, people tell their friends tell, and they come in, and then you have a really solid kind of recommendation basis. Absolutely impossible to do that now. You would not have the time to do that. Your costs are too high. Your rent's too high. All those things. It'd be absolutely impossible to do that now. Back then, we had the time to build on word of mouth, and I think that was a really, really solid basis. So someone mentioned to Elton John, you should go and check out this store, which he did.
Did he literally walk in and say, "I'm having everything," or was he in for hours?
He was in for quite a while, but I think I can't remember how long it was. Probably didn't feel that long. Probably was a bit longer. No, probably an hour and a half, something like that. One of the things about having a retail environment is you want to kind of create an atmosphere where people want to stay. It's still what we want to do now. People spend time in and enjoy and relax in. So I think we had that feeling then. That's what happened.
Who are some of the most interesting people you've made suits for?
We've been really lucky to make suits for all sorts of people and many people. I think I remember when we first started, Madonna came into the store and she wanted to buy some clothes. I think it was for her brother. He apparently was the same size as me, so I kind of spent half an hour with Madonna trying suits on and kind of modelling them for her. And she was saying, "No, I don't like that. Try this one." And that kind of went on for quite a while. And then I remember people coming in the shop, like, "What on earth is going on here?"
You're getting styled by Madonna.
I tried clothes on for Madonna whilst in a kind of store. Yeah. That sort of things happen all the time. We made actually it was a coat for Sir Alex Ferguson, and that came about because we were doing something with Nike. They approached us to do something. We were going to work with them on upscaling a lot of their sportswear. I think that I remember we met someone. This is quite an interesting story on its own. We met someone who was running, I think it was the football section of Nike. These guys all have, tennis, football, golf, and they're all running kind of multi-billion-pound businesses just on their own. And I think one of the guys who was running football, he said his argument was like, we have these fantastic athletes, we dress them, but you kind of go to during the World Cup or turn up at the Holland team's hotel, and they're all sitting around wearing these bright orange polo shirts, which are ill-fitting and don't look that good. Have a Nike swoosh on them, but we want to try and improve that. We want to try and can we tailor it? Can we improve that? Can we make the fabric? So anyway, that was a conversation that was ongoing with Nike, and on the back of that, also I think they wanted us to talk to their staff. I remember doing a massive presentation to all their store managers from all around Europe about service. How do you serve people? And I've got to say, they were all fantastic, great guys, young guys, really, really good, and they really were interested in learning, because obviously, selling someone a bespoke suit is a very different to just someone walking in off the street. And so they kind of wanted, how do you do that? How do you kind of convey that? How do you make people feel really valued, and that was part of our thing. Ultimately, we get to Alex Ferguson. So they said we got. I think it was a very big game. I think it was against Manchester City. Could you make Alex Ferguson a suit? So we went up to Carrington, I think where the training ground is, and measured him and made him a coat. And I think we put a Nike swoosh lining in there or something. And it was great. It was a great thing. Fortunately, they lost that game. And I don't think he ever wore that coat again.